it seems to me that you play a lot on our nerves, and sometimes, I mean, in films, the public knows a little more than the characters. It's a little bit in advance, and the director tells us what he doesn't know is that. But here, you just discover
that's good
things at the same time as the character. Always.
Yeah, that's great. That's fucking great, because I don't know, when I go to see a movie, I just don't want to know what's going to happen next. I just don't ever want to know what's going to happen next. And I think that the most important thing a movie can do is keep you asking that question, what's going to happen next, what's going to happen next? You know, it's the most exciting thing. And so, you know, but I think the trick can become is that sometimes if you have absolutely no clue about what's going to happen next, you just sort of just say, well, fuck it, I can't, I don't want to be involved. But I think that it's just a testament to Adam's performance that you just are following him. You're really just following this guy around, really, you know. And I think he's just so watchable. He's such a watchable actor that you just kind of follow him wherever he's going.
And this is really the other extreme from Magnolia, which is a kind of choral with lots of characters. Did you want? I mean.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that again.
Yeah.
It was too
follow
many.
just one character to.
Yeah.
Like in Sydney.
Yeah, you know, it was a lot like that. Like, I just wanted to make a simple movie, but I didn't really know how to do it at first. You know, when we chased down a lot of fucking bad ideas. You know, and wasted a lot of time, which, like...
On the story, you mean? Or?
No, maybe just like the first... I'm just thinking about the first couple weeks of shooting where we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We completely threw it out the window, which was all ass-end up and wrong, you know?
Did you shoot in continuity? Or?
Well, we tried to do it in continuity. Some of this... What was funny is that some of the stuff that we threw out the window at first and then went, oh, fuck it, all right, let's shoot it. We ended up shooting some stuff like 10, 15 different ways, you know, like, and then, of course, 80% of the time you go straight back to the first way that you did it and you use that, you know.
For which shots, for instance?
Tons. The sisters, when he goes to meet the sisters, so we had shot that one way. We shot the, we shot the phone sex scene 3 different ways, 2 different ways. We shot, the majority of the movie.
When you say different ways, what do you vary? I mean, the timing or the
timing, the angles, the lighting, the nature of the performance, everything. I mean, real kind of complete. Tried, you know, sometimes 4 to 5 different ways in terms of reshooting. You know, for instance, the opening shot was always the opening shot, but Adam's reaction to the car crash was just one of those things where you think you've got 400 different ideas about how that it could be better or funnier, but you end up using just the one that you did the very first time,
which was
is just
written in
a
the
shot
script.
of him. Yeah, exactly.
What was it in the script?
It was written in the script that it was my idea that after the car crash happens, we'd come around to him and do all these fancy camera things and nonsense, and then all it really required was just a shot of him, you know, which was so funny was we spent a hell of a lot of time climbing up our own ass doing complicated, stupid shots when all you really needed was a shot of him, you know? It was like learning how to throw a lot of stuff away that you didn't need, you know? It'd be very, very simple.
Simple and...
Yeah, it was just like...
Did it happen all the time during this shoot?
It happened a lot for a long time until we caught on to it. And then we could just be... And then it became kind of easy to be...
What struck me also was that tragedy, in a way, in the film, stemmed from absurd situations. And it seemed to me that the film at times verges on nihilistic options and absurd options. Sometimes a little bit of surrealism also. Are there notions that you have in mind consciously? Or?
No, nothing nihilistic. No, not at all. I would try to do the opposite, you know, to try and make an audience picture, you know, for entertainment. I want to make a real entertainment movie. you know, like a really entertaining.
But it seemed to me that there are also some surreal notions in the film.
Yeah, there are.
You disagree on that? Or?
No, I couldn't argue with you. I mean, you know, it's just the kind of thing where you don't really. I know that it's pretty surreal when the car flips over. You know, I know that there's the harmonium dropped it, but it's really just things that you do. They're devices to allow the rest of the story to happen. You know, to maybe sort of bring an audience in. It's really just sort of like playing a big hit song at the beginning of your concert so that everybody will keep listening to the rest of your songs. You know, it's a little bit like that. It's just, I think, you know, just trying to have fun.
The opening sequences of the film are very disquieting. You keep wondering, and you keep wondering for a while whether it's actually taking place or if it's taking place within his mind.
Yeah, that's good.
Can you comment on that? Or?
Well, you know, I think that stuff's just so sort of. I was just trying to make trying to do like Jacques Tati style stuff, you know. It's so ironic that they're doing this retrospective, because I was just trying to do my hardest to make a Jacques Tati movie, really.
How did you design the sound?
I worked. Oh, this is the best question. I work very with my friend John Bryan is a composer who I work pretty closely with, and before we started shooting, I gave him some of the tempos that I thought would be good, just this kind of thing, like, you know, just so that I could have something to shoot to, and he went and made a bunch of the recordings. A lot of the recordings that you hear in the movie were actually made sort of in pre-production, and there's a lot of sort of blowing on bottle caps and various spring coils and different things. And
before the shoot?
Yes, before the shoot. And I heard it and was completely inspired by it, and a lot of it's in the movie. And what happened was that we just culminated a library of sounds, you know, from the actual warehouse space. Oh, don't worry, it's okay. We took a lot of sounds from the space in the warehouse, you know, because it was in this part of town where there was all this weird noise, this amazing weird noise where there'd be birds chirping, and there was a train right near where we were shooting, and there was this factory further down the road, so you'd hear all these sounds. You'd be like, this sounds like a fucking musical, you know, this really sounds amazing. And we had all that stuff, and we spent a lot of time just trying to make a soundtrack out of it, and trying to just rip off Jacques Tati, really, you know, like, because he was the master of that kind of stuff, and he did it so well, and made it funny, and made it musical, and made the rhythm of how those sounds happen feel like a soundtrack, you know. So we were just trying to do the best Jacques Tati imitation that we could, and try and do things, you know, different.
No, it's not the first time that you refer as a genre musical, and I think it's like a musical without songs, but the stylization is a lot
good.
Like
That's
the one
good.
that you find it in music. It's almost like a dream ballet without ballet, you know.
That's good. I like that. That's good.
And well, I think the color designs of the.
Well, that's like, because, you know, did you ever see Bandwagon?
Sure, it's my favorite film.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, we must recognize the moment, because the blue suit, you know, I think comes from Bandwagon, you know, and there's a fantastic, this Emily's skirt, her white skirt, we took that from Bandwagon.
That's in Central Park.
Yeah, I said, we've got to get a skirt that looks like that.